Oh, hey, what's up? Welcome to Crash Course Where All Dreams Come True, and today in News History we'll be talking about the causes of the Civil War. The Civil War was many years ago, so let me refresh your memory on how it even started. The cause of the Civil War dates all the way back to the 1820s.
But hey, I thought the Civil War was in the 1860s.
Yes, I know, but it was brewing like a pot of stew all the way back. To start all of this off, the United States slowly became a little less united when the age of sectionalism began. The differences between the northerner and southern states grew more and more, and Americans started to see themselves as northerners or southerners. This way of thinking created a huge divide in the United States, which led all the way up to the Civil War. In 1820, slavery was brought back up again, and no one knew what to do. The only person that knew what to do was Henry Clay, aka the Great Compromiser, who came up with the Compromise of 1820. This divided the United States equally into free and slave states at a boundary of 3630. So after this compromise was said, slavery is not a big issue until Texas became part of the United States. Then in 1845, the nation of Texas was annexed by the United States. This created discussion on whether it should be a slave or a free state. However, the discussion was quickly overshadowed by the Mexican-American War, which ended up with the United States gaining even more land than it already had. With these new territories, including California, another compromise had to be made between the South and the North on whether slavery. Where those darn slaves go? With California as a new state, this created a problem with the Compromise of 1820. It would have essentially cut California in half. This led to the Compromise of 1850, which was a massive bill divided into 5 different parts.
This included the Fugitive Slave Act, allowing California as a free state, popular sovereignty, and stopping slave trade in the D.C. This also assumed Texas's debt.
Alright, so where were we? Oh yeah, Compromise 1850 divided states up, divided into different bills. The Compromise of 1850 replaced the Compromise of 1820, which made the South hotter than ever before. With the issue of slavery still at hand, Harry Beecher Stowe decided to write a book called Uncle Tom's Cabin in 1852. This made people become more aware of what slavery was and the horrors that it had. More and more people started to oppose slavery after more than 300,000 copies of this novel was sold. Lincoln even said to Harry Beecher Stowe, "So you're the little lady, the little woman who wrote the book that started this great war."
Listen to Wilmot, we want change. Listen to Wilmot, we want change. No slavery in the Mexican territories.
You intellectual parasite, you really think that's going to stop slavery?
Yes.
Then in 1854, popular sovereignty was put to the test when Kansas and Nebraska to choose if they wanted to allow or not allow slavery. This led to what was known as Bleeding Kansas, where people fought violently within the state against each other. Then the final draw of the situation was when the Republican Abraham Lincoln was elected into presidency. It was obvious that he was anti-slavery and wanted to at least stop the spread of slavery. However, Lincoln was not heard in the political world until he ran for the Senate in Illinois against a very popular Stephen Douglas. Douglas was known for his Freeport Doctrine, which allowed territories to be free of slavery that went against the Dred Scott decision. Running for Senate was very important for Lincoln's victory in the presidential election because he gained popularity through it and many supporters that helped him win.
No slavery.
Slavery!
No slavery.
Slavery!
No slavery.
Slavery!
Oh no.
Wait,
Oh no.
Screw you.
No, 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 no.
Back to the election of 1860, which Lincoln won, there was a new turning point for the nation. With Lincoln as president, many Southerners did not like this decision because he was against the spread of slavery. They ultimately thought that this would end slavery. Soon after he was elected, South Carolina seceded from the United States, and soon the rest of the South did too. And thus, the Civil War begins. Dude, why'd you turn the lights off? I still have to do my last part. Alright, come on. In conclusion, the causes of the Civil War were spread out in a 40-year period, but all of them had to do with slavery or states' rights. The dividing of the nation ultimately caused the Civil War.